Hey Freebs Nation, Jordan Page with FunCheaperFree.com here. It's noisy, but I'm here in the store and I want to show you some of my best grocery shopping hacks. So let's hurry and do it before we get kicked out of this place. What do you think? One of my tips is to always look at the signs, but don't be jaded by a sales sticker. So what I mean by this is take these two sale signs, for example. They both look amazing, they're big and bold, but this one is only saving you about 70 cents. It may lead you to buy this item whether you need it or not, just because you're excited about the sale. This one saves you an entire $1, which is about a third of the price. So this one might be worth more of an impulse buy because it's saving you so much. Just be careful of the sales sticker, do the math, and if you don't really need it, don't let it cost you an extra couple of bucks just to save you 70 cents. Really do the math and decide if you need it before you get excited about the sale. Let's talk about store brands and name brands for a second. Take this cheese, for example. This is a name brand cheese, and for 16 ounces, you're gonna pay about $4.50. This is an identical product, same ounce, same type of cheese, but it's a store brand, which is an off brand. You are only gonna pay $2.94 for an identical product because it has a different label. The way it works is a lot of times food is made in the exact same factory as the name brand. It just has a different label slapped on it. This is not something I'm making up. I've been on Rachel Ray 4 times, and each time she has verified that this is in fact a fact. So if you want to save money, go for the store brand, skip the name brand, and you'll save at least half on most items. While we're here, let's talk about labels for a minute, because when do you know if you're really getting a good deal? Because sometimes the name brands go on sale, right? So is it a better deal than the store brand, or is it still a better deal to do store brand? There is a trick to always know, and that is the price tag. At pretty much every grocery store, you can see the price, but then it also shows you the price per unit or the price per ounce. The number one most important thing to do is check that price per unit and compare it to the other items to know if it really is the best value. So let's take that cheese that I just showed you earlier. The name brand cheese is 28 cents per ounce, whereas for an identical product, the store brand is only 18.4 cents per ounce. That is an enormous savings. So I don't know about you, but I'm going with the store brand. Yeah, I am. My next tip is to chop, divide, and package things yourself. Case in point, I know it's really tempting to come to this section where you've got your fruit or your veggies so nicely chopped for you, but you are going to pay at least double. Take these apples, for example. They end up being $2.74 a pound simply because they're pre-chopped for you. Whereas if you just buy some apples and chop it yourself, $1.17 a pound. And by the way, when things are pre-chopped, they put chemicals on them to keep them from going brown and getting mushy and gross. The last thing you need is more chemicals in your body. Say no to the pre-chopped, buy it whole, wrap it, package it, chop it yourself. Not only will you save money, but you'll save chemicals too. Here's another perfect example. You can buy one slice of watermelon for $2.50. That is a little slice of watermelon. Or you can buy the whole Mamma Jamma for less than $4. For all that is holy and good, please avoid this. Don't do it, no. My next tip is to avoid shopping at eye level, because guess what? They pay a lot of money for their brands to be eye level. If you go down just a couple of rows, a couple of racks, you are going to save so much money. The cheaper stuff's at the bottom. Another tip while I'm here with milk is be sure to look at the date. Oftentimes the oldest product is at the front, but if you just reach back a couple of cartons of whatever it is, you will find a date that is sometimes a week or more fresher. Grab the freshest container you can, and it'll last way longer. And then of course, buy it from the bottom and boom, double whammy. While I'm here, I'm gonna add one more little thing to consider about name brands versus store brands. You know, a lot of times people assume that the price is higher on the name brands because the quality is better. But I wanna reiterate that that is not always the case. The price is higher because you are paying for product testing, commercials, advertising. There's a lot of employees, a lot of red tape to go through. So a lot of that extra cost is just to cover their extra overhead. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're putting better or more quality ingredients in the product. They literally are made in the same factory. So don't worry about the label, worry about the product inside it, and you will save so much money. Another tip when grocery shopping is to stock up when something is on sale. Take this canned chicken, for example. It's just chicken in a can. It's like tuna. It's really handy to have on hand for salads or burritos or enchiladas, soups, whatever. This is 50 cents off per can, which that's like a quarter of the price, so that's a good deal. So instead of buying just one that you might need for one meal, try to buy as many as you can afford, but my formula is at least 3. 1 for now, 2 for later. That way, it's on sale, you're saving 50 cents a can, you can use one now, but then you're slowly building a stockpile so that the next time you need chicken, you don't have to run to the store and pay full price. You've got your own little stockpile, and then you can focus on shelf cooking, which if you haven't heard me talk about it, click the link in my description below. It's a thing, it's in the Urban Dictionary, and it's the way everybody should be cooking, so get on it. Shelf cooking, do it. Another grocery shopping tip or hack is to buy as big as you can. Let's say we need rice for dinner. Sure, I can buy this bag of rice. It's exactly what our family would need, but I'm gonna pay 4.9 cents per ounce. If I buy a bigger package, like this 10-pound bag, for example, it drops me from 4.9 to 2.7 cents per ounce. So sure, it's more than I need right now, but I can subdivide it. I can put it in mason jars or in a Ziploc bag. You can even freeze it so it stays fresh for a long time until you need it. But this big bag costs a little bit more up front, but saves me so much money in the long run. So be sure to buy bulk as often as you can, because the bigger packages tend to save you way more money. That being said, my next tip is to remind you to always check the label, because sometimes biggest is not always best. For example, this 10-pound bag of rice is 2.7 cents per ounce. This 20-pound bag of rice is actually 2.8 cents per ounce. So the 20-pound bag is actually more expensive per ounce than the 10-pound bag. So I'm gonna save myself a little bit of money and just buy 2 of these instead. Oh, and it gets even better cost. Oh my gosh, half. My next tip is, you gotta look for those beautiful yellow stickers, especially in the meat section. I know they can be scary, because sometimes when you see a sale sticker on meat, you're like, why are they selling rotten meat? It's not rotten, trust me, they don't want you to sue them, so they're certainly not gonna sell you anything that's gone bad. What it means is it's just getting close to their sell-by date, and they just want it off their shelves. It's perfectly good. In fact, this one still has another 3 days left on it. So buy it. I'm saving myself more than the package even costs. I'm gonna take it home, and even if I don't need it right away, throw it in the freezer. You can buy a vacuum sealer. Costco has them on sale all the time. Or you can just throw each little piece of meat or steak in an individual freezer Ziploc, throw it in the freezer and pull it out when you need it. Good as new and half the price. Boom. One of the questions that I get asked a lot is, well, how do you know if something is a good price if it doesn't have a big yellow sticker on it? I get it. Sometimes it's really tricky, especially if you shop at big warehouse stores. It kind of throws off your whole price per unit because you just don't even know what's up or down anymore. My best tip for you is to keep what I call a price notebook. And it can literally be a cute little notebook in your purse where you write down prices of produce when you see them, and then you know if it's a good deal or not. Or you can keep a little notepad in your phone. Welcome to 2019, digital is cool. For example, right here at this store, their boneless, skinless chicken breasts are $1.99 a pound. It's not on sale, it's just their standard price. So now I have a base point, and I know that anything less than $1.99 per pound is a good deal and that I should probably stock up on it. The more you do that, the more you learn your prices and you know when to snag stuff. It's all about what you know. And a big mother load grocery shopping hack of all hacks of mine is to head to the freezer section, not to buy what's here, because to be honest, these pre-made frozen meals, you are going to pay 2 or even 3 times more than what you would spend making it at home. But the reason you should come to the freezer section is because it teaches you what freezer meals you can make yourself. For example, you can pay $1 a burrito for some cheaply made frozen breakfast burritos, or you can take a look, note what is in the package, and then buy the ingredients and head home, make them yourself for a fraction of the price. This is literally how I know what I can freeze. Because if it's frozen, guess what? You can freeze it. Egg, check. Potato, check. Sausage, burritos, check, check, check. Don't buy it, make it yourself. Again, it's healthier, it's way more affordable. And then, especially for those of you who are busy and have busy lives, now you've got a freezer stocked with homemade food that you can pull out in a moment's notice without having to run for expensive takeout. You're welcome. So there you go. Those are some of my best tips and tricks and hacks for grocery shopping. What are yours? Will you leave them in the comments below? Don't forget to subscribe. We do new videos on Thursdays. I'm just gonna cut this and get out of here because I'm starting to get looks. So you guys just go grocery shopping and have a good time. I'll talk to you later. Bye.